The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Hello, everybody. It's been a while since we did a Bucklebomb live. I'm your host for today. My name is Orlando. Welcome, everybody from the Twitch verse. I am joined by Gary for Are You Elite? How you doing today, Gary?
Not too bad. Yeah, what a crazy couple days, but
No.
overall pretty good.
Yeah, I know your reaction right now because I think we have to talk about the biggest news of today is Cody Rhodes left AEW. Cody Rhodes and Brandi Rhodes both left AEW. Now there's so many reports coming out in regards about negotiations, them being difficult, and them getting a big old spot at WrestleMania. There's some people saying that Cody is probably going to be showing up next week. They're saying that Brandi's not signed. So there's a lot of things to digest here. So let's first think about, let me ask you then, Gary, how do you feel when you heard this news when it broke yesterday?
I think I was like everybody else, completely shocked, for sure. You know, Cody obviously admitted that he was a free agent, but was he really gonna, stick it out until a better deal comes? Obviously, both sides were not mutual for whatever reason, which more reports state that it's because Cody just has no creative control over his thing. Not really creative control, but the final word, I guess. Like how it first started. Um, it's really, really crazy to digest because I really did not think this would ever happen. A lot of people think it's a work, but a lot of people are accepting the fact that he's really gone. And if it is indeed true, regardless of what I think, I just hope Cody and Brandi is happy at the end of the day. I really do. Sometimes, you just got to remove a puzzle piece, and it doesn't mean that this is going to be the end of the world. You know, I seen a report as well that Cody wanted a lot of money. Again, this is all speculation. I don't know. Um, but if that is the case, I applaud Tony Khan a little bit just because what Dixie Carter did with Hogan and Bischoff gave them top dollar, and next thing you know, boom. Nothing against Impact. I think they're great. I just want to get that out of the way. But ever since that, like you could see a lot of money was getting poured out of, TNA at the time. So I geez, man, I think of 1,000 words right now, but I'm still in complete shock about it. Um,
Yeah, I
I
know. I
guess
mean, I'm I'm shocked about it because like this is kind of like what I think a lot of us were kind of talking about it. Like, who will be the first person that's going to leave AEW to go to WWE? Like, I was not expecting Cody or Brandi, like either of them. So this is something.
no.
Yeah, but we have to look at the time frame because, like, so that we have a better understanding of what happened. So we know for a fact that when he started AEW, Cody Rhodes, they had some assistance from Tony Khan financially. He is the EVP with, with the Bucks and Kenny Omega and things like that. Then all of a sudden, there were reports about them having a falling out, and which they all have referenced. I don't know whether it was a joke or if it's true. So there's that. And then of course, him and Tony Khan couldn't come to an agreement as terms of a new contract and such. So that's probably why he left. So I mean, that's what some reports are saying. Others are just saying that he wants he wants more money. He wants more publicity, things like that. So we will probably won't know until maybe he says something. So we'll have to see when is it that Cody will tell us, Cody or Brandi. So we'll have to see what's going to happen in probably in the next couple of weeks. So
Yeah, I mean obviously, that's what I really want to hear. What is their stories? Because again, us being gullible for what we read on the internet, is it really true? Is it not true? So on and so forth. And Cody's a very honest guy, hands down. Uh, but there is some negativity that I'm going to say about it, though.
Oh, of
Is I
course.
said in that group chat earlier, Orlando, that I get it. If you don't want to resign, fine. However, you're bringing everybody in, from like the Nightmare Factory, like a Karma Dean, which I appreciate her a lot, to all these talents. You're bringing them all on board, and then I feel like you shut the doors and quit just because you don't like the direction that Coney Khan would not accept to have. And what makes you think you're going to get all that freedom over there if he in fact does? I mean, it's no way. I mean, you said it last night too, man, and I respect the hell out of you for it. Yeah. Why would you? Why would you get? Like, why would you throw away Rose to the Top, which is making you so much money? Why would you get rid of Go Big Show, which probably was giving you almost more money than Rose to the Top? So
Hmm.
again, I'm not saying it's all about money here, but if
Hmm.
it's for the sake of, okay, well, I know I'm going to get more creative control over there. No one has creative control over there, man. I would love for Cody to do what I told everybody last night, and you actually brought up ROH, and I would love for him to bring in stars into ROH, kind of like Cody being the vice president of the company. That would be
Yeah.
cool to see because obviously Cody to me, he really built his career a lot stronger in ROH after when he got released from WWE. So I would really like that. But man, it's this is not a knock on WWE. It's just if you think that it's gonna change because all of a sudden everything is perfect. Again, I wish Cody and Brandi the best though, regardless of what I feel and think.
Yeah, of course. And
So
for me, it's just like I always respect the wrestler, whatever their decision
yes,
is. If they want to
me too.
go to WWE, let them go to WWE. If they want to go to AEW, let them go to AEW. Like there shouldn't be a decision that people should hate on. And like with the tribalism, it's a little too much. That really kind of like takes away from the wrestling for the enjoyment of wrestling. That's what I meant. So it's just like for me, it's just like I didn't like some of the Pit fans kind of like jokes and stuff, because they could be a little harsh. And then I also hear about fans being rude to him because why? Because like he wanted to stay babyface. That's not right, you know. And that's not fair to for both Cody and Brandy. So you know, but like you have to think like because like he was the one that actually started AEW because if
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes did not leave WWE to go to the indie scene, meet the Bucks, meet Kenny, meet Paige, I think AEW would not have existed. I think Ring of Honor would have probably been still around, but they would probably maybe found a new home or something. I don't know. I'm thinking like an alternate universe type of thing. But I mean, like, just think about it. If Cody did not uh, leave WWE to do the indies, I don't think AEW would have existed. And then we would probably been complaining, or a lot of us would not have been watching wrestling this year, I think.
that is true, man. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, I'm not saying Cody has an ego. At this point, it kind of feels that, and I know that's unpopular.
But you
I
know
know,
what? No, no,
but
no. But let's bring that to that though, because let's be honest. He was the one that kind of helped do this revolution in a sense. And
yes,
now that you're bringing in some other people, like you're bringing in Punk, you're bringing in Danielson, you brought in Adam Cole. I think that promo that he did a few weeks ago before the ladder match that he had with Sammy Guevara, it's now, I think a lot of people are watching that a little bit more because it's just like, it was like, even though it sounded like he was salty, but I think he has made a good point. Like, he was the one that did the forbidden door. He was the one that went and crossed all these barriers. He's the one that actually challenged everybody to do things. Like, I don't think, like, the Bucks, even though they wrote in their book that, they thought about it, but they never actually did it until Cody took that challenge. So,
Okay.
you know.
You
So
do
yeah,
make a
so I
point
mean,
on
like,
that,
for
man.
me, it's just like, that's why I will respect Cody for what he has done, because he actually sparked a fire in a lot of people. Like, look what Jonathan Gresham is doing. He probably is taking the example of what Cody Rhodes is doing. That's why he has his monthly, pay-per-views for his company. So, you know, so now we have to now speculate. Do you think that he goes into a big feud for the title? Or do you think he's just going to have like a little mixed tag match with The Miz and Maurice? Like, because it would be Cody and Brandi versus Miz and Maurice. Miz and Cody Rhodes are best friends, since they've known each other from WWE. So, I mean, that would be a perfect little start to a feud to get him back into the WWE system, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was rumored today. I think it was from Sports Illustrated that right now, Cody is expected to have a big match at WrestleMania 38. So to answer your question, Orlando, I don't know if it's going to be a mixed tag match. Um, if it's going to be a big thing here, I'm curious to know what that could be. Rushing into a title match, it would not surprise me. uh, oh man, I mean, call me nuts here. Here's what I would do it. Roman have him retain, and then after when the fireworks go off, you see Cody Rhodes. Because who's next to actually dethrone Roman? That possibly could be Cody. I mean, and I know that would trigger people more.
I know.
But look at it this way: if eventually Roman goes face, he's finally over. So WWE did their part, and then Cody can actually be that heel, finally, but this time in WWE. So that would be kind of cool how they would do that. I mean, so if it's not
Hmm.
going to be a big match, at least give Cody a big moment. You know, this is why I've always loved Cody for so long, is because he loves what he does. He lives for those big moments. So so I don't know. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. Another report that came out of SI today was, I guess Cody might be starting vignettes this weekend. So again, at this point, it would not surprise me. And I think another reason why Cody went back, honestly, and I definitely want to talk about this tonight, actually, and that is actually the Cody Rhodes tournament. I, as long as that has the name on NXT, maybe next year Cody can do a vignette. So one thing I love about Rhodes is he really puts over that young talent. You know, so why not have Cody do something very, very special next year? And,
Hmm.
so that's how I would do it though, because again, at this point, there's nobody believable that can take down Roman.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna plan on doing, because like, I know the only story that WWE has been doing is Roman versus Brock. So I'm just interested what they're gonna be doing after that, because now that Ronda's back, I don't know if she's gonna get a lot more attention now, things like that. So we'll have to see what's gonna happen. But I mean, let's just hope that he doesn't go back to Stardust.
just to tease the fans, that's how I would do it. That would be cool. He
Oh,
comes out of
oh yeah, you know
Stardust
what?
and then
Yeah,
he
that would
rips
be,
off
oh.
everything.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, just
that would
do
be
the
cool
whole
looking.
Stardust thing, it's just like, ugh. But for me, I think easing him in back, I think it would be Cody versus Brandy versus, I'm sorry, Cody and Brandy versus Miz and Maurice would probably be an ease way into, back to WWE. He'll bring in his wife, because I have a feeling Brandy will probably go too. I mean, like, there's some reports saying she's not signed yet, because it's more about Cody, but I think he would want his wife to be there, so at least so she could be supportive. And also she said that she wants to still wrestle, so why not? And and then like they have the PC where they'll probably help her out with her wrestling ability. And that's another thing we have to think about is the Nightmare Factory. Like now, what's going to happen there? Is it that it's going to be recruiting for WWE, or is it because it's associated with AEW? So, I mean,
Well, Karma did give me a little insight thing this morning. Thank you so much, Karma. At this point, it's still going to be with QT Marshall, so that's a plus there. Plus there. So that's what's going on with that. Now, I think they're going to maybe eventually change the name, obviously, because they won't have rights to that. So, I mean, they'll probably call it the Marshall Stamp or something. Who knows? Um, but yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
even Karma doesn't know what's going on with Cody at this moment, but they're thinking about point of the Nightmare Factory um,
right?
in a different
Exactly.
location.
And
So,
mhm. And also, like you have to think, like everybody else is saying that they're staying. Like Dustin Rose is saying he's staying. A lot of people respect and love Cody Rhodes. So and a lot of them like wish them the best. So I mean, I'm wishing them the best. You're wishing them the best. We'll see as to what's gonna happen. But also, I can't wait for Dynamite tonight because they're gonna be doing some promos about it.
ooh, it's they probably will turn into a spoof of the Young Bucks. Why do I think something will happen like that?
Oh no, no, it's
Um,
gonna be everybody. No, 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 not only the Bucks. I think it's gonna be look. I think CM Punk is gonna say something. I think what's it called?
yeah.
Max Caster is gonna probably rap about it. Like he did a rap when he had a match with Brian Cage, saying
Oh
I have more.
yeah, I
You saw
did
that
hear
too?
about that. Yes. Ooh, what a jab to Cage. Oh,
Oh my god, I
uh,
can't. I just can't. I mean, it's like, but like look, like it's actually giving them attention now, so that's a good
yeah.
thing. So
I mean, I just want to make this clear to everybody that loves AEW. It's not the end of the world. I mean, I saw somebody, and actually I shared it on a group chat last night, saying, oh, just something like throw in the towel, this is a victory or whatever to WWE. I don't think it's a victory to WWE. It's not a victory to AEW. It's a victory, again, for Cody, 'cause he's gonna probably rejoice the moment sinking in, and there you go.
mhm,
It's not the end of the world for AEW at all. I mean, Jericho
exactly,
just re-signed a 2-year deal today.
yeah,
Kenny Omega's contract is up next February of 2023. I definitely see him re-signing there.
of course, yeah,
So it just takes one piece, yeah, to
yeah.
lose, but that doesn't
Mhm.
mean we're gonna get more big names in. I mean, did anybody ever think CM Punk would have came back? Not me.
Nope.
Would we see
But
Keith
I
Lee in an
I
AEW
actually
ring?
wanted him to come back because he at least needed a moment with the fans because he deserved that. Like that moment that he came back and he had the tears, like in feeling the crowd, like he deserved that. After the shit that he went through, because he didn't
Yes,
deserve that, honestly.
absolutely. So,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
people think of that. It's it's just like Keith Lee. I would never expect him to be in a ring. Those big names that are coming in, it's making it AEW a formula that we all love, still. And again, this is actually a credit to WWE as well. So if Cody in fact does go there again, it finally will give them talking as well, more than me going out there saying, "Well, blah blah blah." But guess what? If he goes to a Raw, which is to me the worst show that you can watch, it will actually let me watch. Because I want them to have a very big change of scenery, and perhaps Cody can be that guy. So I'm wanting. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah.
So
And you never
but
know. Maybe he's going back to maybe change a little bit of things there. So I mean, you never know. I mean, he could do that.
Orlando, I've seen a lot of surprises these last couple of years with wrestling. You never,
Yeah,
you're
you
right, man.
never
You
know.
never know. I mean, did I think in my wildest dreams Roman Reigns would have turned heel? No.
Hmm.
Regardless, I say he's trying yes, and with his
No,
ongoing tribal chief thing. However, this
exactly.
was the best moment of his career, and I'm
Of
so happy
course,
for
yeah.
Roman. So, but like you said, dude,
Exactly.
I love the wrestlers, and if there's a good
Hmm.
story, you're gonna make me go click on USA, or Fox, one of the two.
Right. But let's not forget that tonight is Dynamite, like how we said a little bit. So
Mhm.
let's go ahead and discuss about the matches that are going to happen. I'm actually excited for this one match: Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin. Oh, kidding! I'm just feeling that should be on a pay per view, and we're getting it on TBS. I'm just what do you think?
I don't know how they do it. I
I
don't know
know.
how AEW does it. Like every single week, there is pay-per-view quality call. This year, I do see in the last match. I think it's going to go on probably 15 minutes, maybe just a smidge more. And
Hmm.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I think there's going to be a disqualification, no, with Andrade. That leads to a triple threat of Revolution for the title. But that'll be
Yeah, I
like
could see
only
that
the
too.
third or fourth DQ in AEW's history, so I really wouldn't knock on it. But I'm
Yeah.
excited for the match for
Or
sure.
or 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 Andrade does do the distraction, but for Darby to get the win, because remember, Andrade is trying to recruit Darby. So maybe this will be a little bit
Mm.
helping him, so that way he'll come to Andrade's aid as working for him.
Well, Orlando. No, no, no,
What do you mean? No,
no,
that look right there. That's
no.
progressing the story, and then Darby doesn't take
No.
it, but he'll take the W. I mean, so that way there's no DQ, and then like they could still do the triple threat. It's gonna happen. I have a feeling they're gonna still do the
Yeah.
triple threat. You know.
I mean, I am excited for the match. Actually,
Hmm.
my most excited match that I'm very stoked for. We're gonna see a no DQ with the women. I'm so excited for this match with Martinez and Thunder Rosa. Um,
Yeah.
I'm hoping we also get a Serena Deeb rookie challenge again. I love the direction with the women's division last week. You know, two women matches on a first ever Dynamite. That's a step in the right direction. Um,
Hmm.
if I was Tony Khan, I would love to have the women go on the main event. Like that's what I would love to see tonight. That's how excited I am for this one.
Hmm.
Um, Wardlow, he better get this big win, but something tells me Sean Spears is gonna, on accident, hit Max Caster with the chair.
No, I want Warlord to
No.
be in this match, but what
Yes.
he's gonna do is this: that he's gonna MJF is gonna come and ask for his spot, and then from there, that's where they're gonna have that ruffle. Like, is this like you want to take, like, like he's not gonna give up his spot. And then CM Punk will probably say something about it, because like he's gonna address AEW as well, so he's probably gonna say something about MJF as well. So I can't wait for that. I'm hoping for another battle, some insults back and forth. Ooh, I want him to say something to MJF about Cody. I know Punk is probably thinking of something right now.
It's gonna happen. We all know, man. They're gonna knock on Cody tonight, and that's why I love AEW so much. Is when something happens, they react to it, kind of like the botch barbed wire death match, and then that Dynamite on Wednesday, John Moxley and Eddie Kingston turn into a comedy because they actually acknowledge that stuff. So
Of course,
well,
you know.
it wouldn't surprise me. But again, it's really getting that eyeball. Um, and you brought up the viewership a little bit, and AEW, man, ever since going to TBS, as I reported on AEW Are You Elite last week, like 3 times in like less than 2 months, they have reached over 1 million. 3 times
Yeah,
so far
exactly.
this year. So I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly. And also, we're getting like a fresh match between Bryan Danielson and Lee Moriarty. I mean, I'm excited for this match. I mean, Lee Moriarty, I'm not seeing too much progression. Like, I have to watch Start to see some of his progression, because I've heard
Yeah.
great things about him. Like, his match with Punk was really good, so I'm excited just to see what he could do with him and Bryan Danielson, because, like, Bryan Danielson's trying to recruit John Moxley to be, and then he wants to recruit Lee Moriarty. So we'll see how that goes.
That actually is a perfect segue, really quick, Orlando. Do you want to see them as a tag team? Because I would love it.
I actually would want that. I mean, I thought I would want a match between them two, but actually I want them as a tag team, because I thought, like, I think the process was supposed to be like, if John did not leave, I think he was supposed to turn heel when he
Yes.
was going to face Bryan Danielson at Revolution. So you know, so yeah. hmm I mean,
I totally
we'll
agree.
see. You know.
I think it really helps. This is why I love Danielson already as a heel. That one promo where he's trying to get John to join forces with him, he put over so much young talent, and that's what they're gonna do. Like they would benefit putting over the talent. Yeah, obviously Mox and Danielson will win, for a while, but those matches won't be 5, 6 minutes. Those matches will probably be like 15 minutes, maybe more. I mean,
Yeah.
Daniel Garcia is so underrated right now. He would be. Danielson even said in an interview a couple months ago he wants to make a faction involving big star, John Lee perhaps, and a
hmm
couple, so two future stars. I absolutely love that. So, because they believe in their
Yeah.
factions in AEW, and that's one little knock I have on them. Because why you're not introducing the trio title yet is beyond me. So,
hmm I don't know, but you know what? Daniel Garcia, when I saw him at Terminus, the pay per view, the first pay per view that they did, he was amazing in that pay per view. When he had that fatal four way and like the things that he was doing, it was crazy what he was doing there. So and also let's not forget Inner Circle fighting each other. We have Pride and Powerful versus Jericho and Jake Hager. I'm not I'm I'm not really invested too much in this match because like unfortunately Eddie Kingston's injured, so I don't know where the story is supposed to go. I think the story was supposed to be like, oh, Pride and Powerful, Santana Ortiz didn't get their chance for the tag titles. So they're kind of blaming it on Jericho. So and then Jericho, he said that you guys did have a title shot, but then you failed it. But you failed, so
one little negative I have on this too is who's the face and who's the heel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Pride and Powerful comes off as a heel last week, but a week
Ah,
before that, Jericho came off the heel too.
well, the people were cheering
Mm.
for them. They were cheering for them.
So the AEW faithful, they tend to cheer anybody. So I don't know.
No, no, no. They booed
Um,
Jericho though. No, they booed Jericho. I heard some boos. So
okay. Um,
you know.
yeah, I mean, I could be honest with you too, man. This one is over me a little
hmm
bit as well. Only thing that will save it, I think maybe Kingston comes out tonight from his injury, and then we see the formation of their only LAX version. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, they
It's
were good in Impact. I remember them in Impact. Like a few segments that they've done. They're really good
mhm,
there. And
yeah.
also, you broke it on your website. Everybody should follow Are You Elite so that you guys can like Gary's page. That Buddy Matthews is being reported that he's going to be going to AEW. So what do you think about that?
Well, as I was mentioning a few moments ago, one person should not get in the way of what potential this company can have. Matthews, man, I would see it, and Alastair said, on his Instagram multiple times that he would love to get Buddy in there. That could be a piece of that, you know, team of House of Black or whatever they're called now. I can't think of their name. Um, but again, that's me fantasizing over a perhaps faction of them. But how would you introduce Buddy Matthews? If you were to, in fact, debut the night on Dynamite, how would you do it?
I think give him a match like with somebody that's like if like Phoenix was not injured, I think him versus Phoenix would have been an amazing match to like debut. Ooh, but
That would be
we'll have
fair, buddy.
yeah, we'll have to wait for that one. But like maybe like you could still kind of debut him, like maybe like like have him have like a little impromptu match with somebody, maybe somebody from the Hardy compound, and then because like I have a feeling that because now Matt Hardy just tweeted out that him and Jeff are going to have their first match ever in the indie scene, so I have a feeling Jeff Hardy is soon going to AEW. So I think that will help the story, with the Hardy compound, like saying like, you guys are failing, and then he's gonna like go against them, maybe have him turn back face, and then like, that's when Jeff comes back to save him. So just have like, one guy is a private party face Buddy Matthews for his debut, and then he squashes them, and then like, I could see the story going in that direction. Like somebody faces somebody from the Hardy compound, and then they fail, and it's affecting Matt Hardy, and we could just see it.
Never say never.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, I would be okay with Buddy Matthews. I mean,
Hmm.
he has all the talent in the world. He's in New Japan. You know,
Hmm.
gosh, I want to say their big event. I think it's last October. He, from what I understand, he did a hell of a job. So it would be a great event for sure.
Hmm. Exactly. So we're going to be very excited what's going to happen. We'll probably be discussing maybe our predictions probably later on this week when it comes to Elimination Chamber. There's also Impact's Turning Point pay per view as well. And then, of course, Terminus this coming weekend as well. Oof, three pay per views one weekend. Oof.
I'm actually, I will say, at first, I'm thinking I'm not gonna watch Terminus. I'm sorry. The first one, you already know how I feel, Orlando. But the card that I've already seen, I'm gonna watch Terminus tomorrow because I'm like you, man. Like I'd love to support all wrestling. If I don't like
Exactly.
them, I still will be inclined with them because we all want them to succeed. Um, which I think you'll be happy. This is actually a question that I have for you. I'm very excited for this team that won last night. What do you think about Creed Brothers winning the Dusty Classic last night? Because I gotta say, man, this team is great. I love them already.
I agree. I think they give me kind of like the world's greatest tag team, like young Shelton and Charlie Haas, them
Hmm.
two, you know, and and also they have like they could be like maybe also the next Kurt Angle in a sense, one of them. Like I don't know which one of the brothers will probably continue on if they decide to continue on as being wrestlers, because they have the potential in the world for both of them to succeed. I feel, you know, so, I mean, I'm happy that they won. I knew they were going to win because of the feud that they were having with Imperium, and I have a feeling that Imperium they're probably going to debut them after WrestleMania on the main roster because I'm sorry, Walter. I mean, he slimmed down a lot. Like from yesterday's last night's show, he has slimmed down a lot. So I'm thinking he's getting himself ready for main roster call up, and it would be smart for them to do that because that it's already kind of almost like a heel faction in a sense, and a foreign heel faction, which Vince loves that. I'm getting tired of that trope, anyways. But and also the Creed brothers could easily go to the main roster as well, because I feel like they're already a set tag team that could
Hmm.
easily debut maybe after WrestleMania or maybe 6 months down the line, you know. Like maybe they're going to give them the tag belts just to see how they do. I think they're going to kill it because they just have amazing chemistry with anybody, and it's just good to see.
And I really hope they Malcolm Bivens because I absolutely marked out a little bit. I loved it when he was holding the never give up towel and just to turn it around. It was so awesome, man. I loved it.
Hmm. Exactly. I mean, Malcolm Vivens is like he should stay, and he should be a mouthpiece for people because like he's giving me like almost Paul Heyman levels. Like
Hmm.
he's just getting started, and I'm hoping that they see that because like unfortunately like a manager's kind of like it's dying in WWE. Like it should continue on, and this guy is just great. Malcolm Vivas should the things that he does on Twitter, on the shows, it's just amazing.
I agree, man, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm excited for the Creed brothers. I mean, like I see potential with them, and also Braun Breaker. I mean, Braun Breaker, say what you want, like he's getting like pay per view level type of experience. So like, he's getting like pay-per-view type of entrances. He's getting like major people like Dolph Ziggler's coming down to face him. So they're probably going to call him up as well. So I don't know when they're planning to call him up, but I think he's probably ready, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have some great call ups ahead of them for sure.
Hmm.
Um, I do agree with you with Braun Breaker a little bit. Um, I know it had been way too soon, but I kind of was hoping, you know, I can't think of his name. I'm sorry. What was his opponent last night?
Oh,
Phantasm.
Escobar.
Escobar. Thank you.
Yeah, Santos
Uh,
Escobar, yes.
which I'm gonna say, dude, such a good vibe with the Eddie Guerrero attire. I love that a
Oh
lot.
my God, yes.
Um, and I think that's what made him so over last night against Braun Breaker because I noticed some fans were going for Braun Breaker, but I think it's because of the distraction of people noticing, Santos's attire, like in homage to Eddie
Hmm.
Guerrero. But that match itself, though, I thought it was good. Um, so credit where it's due, though. Braun Breaker, okay, if you're gonna make him a solidified champion, change his name. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, he's a fucking Steiner. He's a Steiner for crying out loud. Like I understand that maybe you have your issues with Scott Steiner, but he's a fucking Steiner. His father
Yes,
is
exactly.
his father is Rick Steiner. Like I'm sorry. That like to me is just like when they said something to Shoal about her earning her father's last name. No, that's her fucking last name. Like it's just oh. Anyways, it's just like it irks me when they say to people you have to earn your last name. Like Charlotte said that even too, like she had to earn her last name. Now she wanted to do that because she knew for a fact because her father is the greatest wrestler of all time, which I understand that there's a big pressure in regards to that. But I'm sorry, no. You shouldn't earn your last name. You are fucking who you are because you were born into the business. So you should have that last name, you know.
Oh, I know. I mean, but then again, sometimes they think us fans are stupid. But
Yeah,
that's all
exactly.
I'm saying.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that wraps up what happened with the big news, what's coming up in AEW, and last night's NXT Vengeance Day. So, I think this will wrap up our live show for today. Do you have anything to plug, Gary?
Oh gosh. I will say this on AEW arguably. I'm just gonna I'm gonna announce it actually. I think. No, actually, I'm gonna save it. Basically, there's a new show coming on for the page of AEW arguably. It's going to be awesome. I'm listening to the fans at the moment, so we have any ideas. See a fan idea in my inbox. Try to keep it respectful. Yeah, you know that
Hmm.
window.
And don't
Not only
forget to
that,
like and subscribe us. We're on Facebook, Twitter. We have our YouTube channel. Please go ahead and support us. So we'll probably be doing. We're going to try to do some more content for you guys. So until then, next time, we'll see you later, guys.